Every chocolate bar begins with something small, rough, and surprisingly bitter, the cocoa bean. Before chocolate becomes smooth, sweet, glossy, and perfectly shaped, it must pass through a long factory process filled with heat, pressure, grinding, mixing, refining, cooling, and precision. Inside a massive chocolate factory, raw cocoa beans are transformed step by step into finished chocolate bars ready for stores around the world. The journey begins with cocoa beans arriving at the factory. These beans usually come from cocoa-growing regions where cocoa pods are harvested, opened, fermented, and dried before shipment. By the time the beans reach the processing plant, they are packed in large sacks or containers. At the receiving area, workers and machines check the beans for quality, moisture, size, aroma, and possible impurities.
We rake the beans
Quality
every
control
few
starts
hours
immediately.
to ensure even
Cocoa
drying
beans are not
in
all the
tropical
same.
sun.
Their flavor depends on the variety of cocoa, the soil, the climate, the fermentation process, and the drying method. Some beans have fruity notes, some taste more earthy, and others carry deeper roasted flavors. A modern chocolate factory must understand these differences before production begins. After inspection, the cocoa beans move into cleaning and sorting.
Watch
This
the
stage
alignment on
removes
that
dust,
pallet.
stones, broken
Got it.
pieces,
Bring in the next
fibers,
one
and other
over.
unwanted materials. Industrial cleaning machines use screens, airflow, magnets, and vibration to separate good beans from impurities. This step is important because the beans will soon go through roasting and grinding, and only clean beans should enter the main production line. Once cleaned, the beans move to the roasting stage. Roasting is one of the most important steps in chocolate production. Inside large roasting drums or continuous roasting systems, cocoa beans are heated under carefully controlled conditions. The heat develops flavor, reduces moisture, helps loosen the shells, and prepares the beans for cracking. Temperature and time must be controlled with great care. If the beans are under-roasted, the flavor may remain raw or weak. If they are over-roasted, the chocolate can taste burnt or bitter. Modern factories use sensors and digital controls to maintain consistency. The goal is to bring out the best flavor from each batch of beans. After roasting, the beans are cooled quickly to stop the cooking process. Then they move into cracking and winnowing machines. Cracking breaks the roasted beans into smaller pieces. Winnowing separates the outer shell from the inner part of the bean, called the cocoa nib. The shells are lighter and can be removed using airflow, while the heavier nibs continue forward. Cocoa nibs are the heart of chocolate. They contain cocoa solids and cocoa butter, and they carry the flavor that will define the final product. At this stage, the nibs are still small, crunchy, and bitter. They do not yet look like chocolate, but they are about to begin the transformation. The nibs are sent into grinding machines. As they are crushed, the heat and pressure release cocoa butter from inside the nibs. Slowly, the dry pieces become a thick, dark paste called cocoa liquor or chocolate liquor. Despite the name, it does not contain alcohol. It is pure ground cocoa mass, and it becomes the base for many chocolate products. The cocoa liquor may then be pressed to separate cocoa butter from cocoa solids, depending on the recipe. Cocoa butter is the natural fat in cocoa beans. It gives chocolate its smooth texture and helps it melt in the mouth. Cocoa solids provide the deep cocoa flavor and color. By adjusting these components, factories can create different types of chocolate. Now the mixing stage begins. Depending on the product, the factory blends cocoa liquor, cocoa butter, sugar, milk powder, vanilla, emulsifiers, or other ingredients. Dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate all have different formulas. A dark chocolate bar may contain more cocoa solids, while milk chocolate includes milk powder and often tastes creamier and sweeter. Large stainless steel mixers combine the ingredients into a thick chocolate mixture. At this point, the chocolate is not yet smooth enough. If you tasted it now, it might feel gritty because the sugar and cocoa particles are still too large. To create the smooth texture people expect, the chocolate must be refined. Refining machines reduce the size of the particles in the chocolate. The mixture passes through rollers or specialized grinding systems that crush the particles smaller and smaller. This step is essential for mouthfeel. Smooth chocolate is not just about flavor. It is also about particle size, texture, and how the chocolate melts on the tongue. After refining, the chocolate moves into conching. Conching is a long mixing and aeration process that improves flavor, texture, and aroma. Inside large conching machines, chocolate is continuously moved, stretched, folded, and gently heated. This helps remove unwanted acidic notes, evenly distribute cocoa butter, and create a smoother, more developed chocolate flavor. Conching can take hours, and for some premium chocolates, much longer. The exact time depends on the recipe, equipment, and desired final quality. During conching, the chocolate becomes more fluid, more balanced, and more aromatic. This is one of the stages where the personality of the chocolate is refined. Once conching is complete, the chocolate must be tempered. Tempering is a precise heating and cooling process that controls how cocoa butter crystals form. This step is critical. Properly tempered chocolate has a glossy surface, a clean snap when broken, and a smooth texture. Poorly tempered chocolate may look dull, feel soft, or develop white streaks called bloom. In a modern chocolate factory, tempering machines carefully raise and lower the chocolate temperature while keeping it moving. The goal is to create stable cocoa butter crystals. This gives the finished bars strength, shine, and the right melting behavior. Tempering is both science and craftsmanship, supported by modern machinery. After tempering, the chocolate is ready for molding. Liquid chocolate flows into molds shaped like bars, squares, tablets, or other forms. Machines deposit the exact amount of chocolate into each mold. The molds then vibrate gently to remove air bubbles and spread the chocolate evenly. This helps create a clean, uniform shape. If the chocolate bar contains fillings, nuts, wafers, caramel, or other ingredients, additional systems may add them during molding. Some factories produce simple solid bars, while others make complex layered products. No matter the design, the process must remain accurate at high speed. The filled molds move into cooling tunnels. Inside these tunnels, controlled cold air gradually cools and hardens the chocolate. Cooling must be done carefully. If the temperature changes too quickly or unevenly, the chocolate can crack, lose shine, or develop texture problems. The goal is to solidify the bar while preserving its smooth appearance and stable structure. After cooling, the chocolate bars are released from the molds. This is the demolding stage. Properly tempered and cooled chocolate should separate cleanly, leaving behind sharp edges, a glossy surface, and a finished shape. From here, the bars move along conveyors toward inspection and packaging. Inspection systems check the finished chocolate for size, shape, surface quality, cracks, broken corners, missing pieces, and weight. Cameras and sensors can detect defects at high speed. Any bar that does not meet the standard is removed from the line. In food production, appearance and consistency matter, because customers expect every bar to look and taste the same. The approved chocolate bars move to wrapping machines. Packaging protects the chocolate from air, moisture, light, odors, and physical damage. Depending on the product, bars may be wrapped in foil, paper, plastic film, or cardboard sleeves. The packaging also carries product information, branding, ingredients, nutrition facts, batch codes, and expiration dates. Date coding and batch tracking are important for traceability. If there is ever a quality issue, the factory can trace which batch was produced when it was made and where it was distributed. Modern food factories rely on tracking systems to manage safety, inventory, and distribution. Once wrapped, the bars are grouped into cartons or cases. Packaging machines organize the bars, seal the cartons, and prepare them for storage or shipping. Robotic systems may stack cases onto pallets with speed and precision. From there, the chocolate moves to a controlled warehouse. Chocolate storage requires careful temperature control. Too much heat can melt the bars. Too much humidity can affect texture and appearance. Strong odors can also be absorbed by chocolate, so storage conditions must be clean and controlled. The finished products wait in the warehouse until they are shipped to supermarkets, convenience stores, distributors, and customers. Behind the main production line, cleaning and maintenance are also essential. Chocolate is thick, sticky, and sensitive to temperature, so machines must be cleaned and maintained carefully.
Bring it back slow.
Tanks, pipes, molds, conveyors, and wrapping systems must all work properly to keep production safe and efficient. What looks like a simple chocolate bar is actually the result of a complex process. Cocoa beans, roasting drums, cracking machines, winnowing systems. Grinders, mixers, raffiners, conches, tempering units, molds, cooling tunnels, inspection systems, wrapping machines. and warehouses all work together. Every stage changes the chocolate in some way. The most fascinating part is the transformation. Rough cocoa beans become roasted nibs. Nibs become cocoa liquor. Cocoa liquor becomes refined chocolate. Liquid chocolate becomes molded bars. Finally, those bars are cooled, wrapped, packed, and sent out into the world. Inside a massive chocolate factory, speed matters, but precision matters even more. A small change in roasting, refining, conching, or tempering can affect flavor, texture, shine, and snap. That is why modern chocolate production combines advanced machines with strict quality control. From cocoa beans arriving at the factory to finished chocolate bars leaving the packaging line. The journey is carefully designed from start to finish. This is the hidden process behind one of the world's most loved foods. And the next time you open a chocolate bar, remember that behind that Sweet Bite is a full production line of heat, pressure, machines, science, and craftsmanship. This is mega processing tech, taking you inside the machines that build the modern world.